'99 countdown. Youngest champions in Australian Open history. Welcome, tennis enthusiasts, to another exciting edition of Forehand Frenzy. Today we embark on a journey through time, exploring the captivating stories of the youngest Australian Open men's champions in the Open era. Join me as we relive the triumphs, setbacks, and historic moments that defined the ascent of these tennis prodigies. 9. Jannik Sinner, 22 years, 5 months, 12 days. Our countdown begins with the freshest addition to the list, the Italian sensation Jannik Sinner. The 2024 Australian Open marked a turning point in Sinner's career as he delivered a spectacular performance, defeating Daniil Medvedev in a thrilling final. Sinner's journey to the top has been nothing short of astonishing, marked by a stunning victory over defending champion Novak Djokovic in the semi-finals. The Italian's ability to stage a comeback from 2 sets down against Medvedev showcased not only his skill but also his mental resilience, solidifying his place among the rising stars of tennis. 8. Roger Federer, 22 years, 5 months, 11 days. As we rewind the clock to 2004, we encounter a young Roger Federer in the early stages of his illustrious career. Having already tasted Grand Slam success at Wimbledon in 2003, Federer announced his arrival as a force to be reckoned with by claiming the 2004 Australian Open title. His mastery on the court, characterized by elegance and finesse, was on full display as he secured a 7-6, 7-3, 6-4, 6-2 victory over Marat Safin in the final. Little did we know that this triumph was the beginning of the Federer era, a period of unforeseen dominance marked by a total of 6 Australian Open titles and 20 Grand Slam triumphs. 7. Pete Sampras, 22 years, 5 months, 5 days. Zipping back in time to 1994, we witnessed the American legend Pete Sampras capturing his 4th Grand Slam title at the Australian Open in a hard-fought final against fellow American Todd Martin. Sampras showcased his prowess on the court, clinching victory with a scoreline of 7-6, 7-4, 6-4, 6-4. Sampras's triumph in Melbourne was a testament to his versatility as he navigated the challenges posed by different opponents and surfaces. The victory in 1994 was a precursor to another title at Melbourne Park in 1997, capping off Sampras's career with a then Open-era record of 14 Grand Slam titles. 6. Mark Edmondson, 21 years, 6 months, 2 days. Venturing into the 1970s, we encounter the Australian player Mark Edmondson, who continued the tradition of Australian dominance at their home Grand Slam. In 1976, Edmondson secured his place in history with a hard-fought victory over compatriot John Newcombe in the final. The 6-7, 6-3, 7-6, 6-1 win marked Edmondson as the last Australian to claim the title, adding a layer of significance to his achievement. While this remained his only Grand Slam triumph, Edmondson's legacy endured with a couple of semi-final appearances. 5. Jim Courier, 21 years, 4 months, 27 days. The early 90s witnessed the rise of American legend Jim Courier, who etched his name in history with a triumphant victory at the 1992 Australian Open. His indomitable spirit shone through as he denied Stefan Edberg a 3rd title in Melbourne, showcasing resilience in a hard-fought 6-3, 3-6, 6-4, 6-2 win. Courier's successful defense of the title the following year further solidified his place among tennis greats. 4. Jimmy Connors, 21 years, 3 months, 24 days. The year 1974 marked the emergence of Jimmy Connors, a young American who, at just 21 years and a few months, secured his Australian Open title in a thrilling final against Phil Dent. Connors' maiden Grand Slam victory set the stage for a remarkable career, eventually amassing a record 109 singles titles, including 8 Grand Slam triumphs. 3. Novak Djokovic, 20 years, 7 months, 23 days. Fast forward to the late 2000s, and we witness the ascent of Novak Djokovic, the Serbian sensation. The 2008 Australian Open marked a pivotal moment in Djokovic's career as he lifted his first major trophy. Little did we know that this would be the beginning of an extraordinary journey, culminating in an impressive 10 Australian Open titles and an astounding 24 Grand Slam triumphs as of the beginning of 2024. 2. Stefan Edberg, 19 years, 10 months, 6 days. Stefan Edberg, one of two teenagers on our list, takes the second spot with his extraordinary win in 1985 at the age of 19. The Swede's exceptional talent was on full display as he triumphed over compatriot Mats Wilander in a commanding 6-4, 6-3, 6-3 victory. Edberg's precocious success hinted at a future filled with major triumphs, including 6 Grand Slam titles. 1. Mats Wilander, 19 years, 3 months, 7 days. Topping our countdown is the Swedish maestro, Mats Wilander. In 1983, Wilander broke Jimmy Connors' record by nearly 2 years when he lifted the Norman Brooks Challenge Cup at the Australian Open. His clinical victory over Ivan Lendl in the final, sealed with a 6-1, 6-4, 6-4 scoreline, remains etched in the annals of tennis history as a testament to youthful brilliance. As we pause for a moment to reflect on these remarkable achievements, it's fascinating to observe the diverse paths these players took in order to claim their Australian Open titles. From the enduring legacy of Roger Federer to the early promise shown by Novak Djokovic, each champion's journey adds a layer of complexity and richness to the narrative of this prestigious tournament. Now, let's delve deeper into the nuances of some of these remarkable journeys. 9. Jannik Sinner. Jannik Sinner's recent addition to this list at the age of 22 is a testament to the burgeoning confidence and strength of the rising stars in today's tennis landscape. His stunning victory over Daniil Medvedev in the 2024 final showcased not only his skill but also his mental fortitude. Sinner's ability to stage a comeback from 2 sets down in a Grand Slam final speaks volumes about his potential to become a future stalwart in the sport. 8. Roger Federer. Roger Federer's Australian Open triumph in 2004 marked a pivotal moment in tennis history. If nothing else, it revealed that his 2003 Wimbledon victory was no flash-in-the-pan occurrence. Nonetheless, Andy Roddick ended 2003 as the world number 1. But from Federer's January 2004 Australian Open victory until his 2022 retirement, we witnessed the Federer era, characterized by elegance, finesse, and an unrivaled mastery of the game. Federer's subsequent dominance, with a total of 6 Australian Open titles, solidified his status as one of the greatest players of all time. The Swiss maestro's 310 weeks as world number 1 would dwarf the 13 weeks spent at the top of the rankings by Roddick, who was himself one of the finest servers in the men's game. 7. Pete Sampras. Pete Sampras, with his victory in 1994, not only secured his 4th Grand Slam, but also showcased his versatility on different surfaces. His triumph over Todd Martin highlighted Sampras's ability to navigate the challenges posed by opponents, reinforcing his claim to tennis greatness. 6. Mark Edmondson. Mark Edmondson's triumph in 1976 marked the end of an era for Australian tennis. As the last Aussie to win the title, Edmondson's achievement stands as a poignant reminder of the country's tennis legacy. His ability to outclass fellow compatriot John Newcombe in a hard-fought final reflected the competitive spirit of Australian tennis during that era. 5. Jim Courier. Jim Courier's back-to-back victories in 1992 and 1993 showcased his prowess on the hard courts of Melbourne. His battles against Stefan Edberg in both finals added a layer of rivalry to the Australian Open history. Courier's ability to defend his title underscored his tenacity and adaptability on the Grand Slam stage. 4. Jimmy Connors. Jimmy Connors in 1974 made an indelible mark by winning his first Grand Slam at the Australian Open. Connors' career would go on to redefine the landscape of tennis, and his early success in Melbourne set the tone for a remarkable journey filled with records and accolades. 3. Novak Djokovic. Novak Djokovic's emergence in 2008 marked the beginning of a new era in men's tennis. Little did we know that the young Serbian would go on to become one of the most dominant forces in the sport. Djokovic's 10 Australian Open titles stand as a testament to his unparalleled skill and enduring consistency. 2. Stefan Edberg. Stefan Edberg's victory at the age of 19 in 1985 showcased the potential of youth in tennis. Edberg's elegance on the court and his ability to overcome his compatriot, Mats Wilander, demonstrated the depth of talent emerging in the sport during that era. 1. Mats Wilander. Mats Wilander's breakthrough at the age of 19 in 1983 heralded the arrival of a prodigious talent. His clinical victory over Ivan Lendl not only secured his place in history as the youngest Australian Open champion, but also set the stage for a career adorned with multiple Grand Slam titles. As we unravel the stories behind these champions, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Drop a comment below with your favorite Australian Open moment, or the player you believe will be the next young sensation to make history. Despite the countless miles traveled and the countless balls struck, the allure of the Australian Open remains timeless. As we wrap up this journey through the youngest champions in its storied history, remember that the sizzling spectacle that is professional tennis marches on relentlessly, with new chapters waiting to be written with each passing week. Be sure to subscribe to our channel for all the latest scoops, and stay tuned to Forehand Frenzy for all the thrilling updates on the ever-evolving world of tennis.